Hello and welcome to Mock Productions. You are here with me, Matthew, and we are here for the review of the Transformers Robots in Disguise. I'm guessing call these Minicon Weaponizers. This is Windblade. Now, of course, we had a haul video a few days ago in which we showed these off and also opened them up and everything like that. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out, because there was a few surprises, especially looking at this one and... oh, okay, calm down. And what we thought was missing from her was in fact actually there and hidden slightly. Now, this is the actual jet mode itself. Now, you're probably wondering, what the heck is that thing at the bottom? Well, what this is this is her weapon. So you can pull it off. Now, there's a peg here with two slits down the side. You'll be able to see that. And there's a gap there with two slits. It pegs in there, and that's the only place it pegs in. It makes this weird sort of ski thing for it, but honestly, it's not needed. You can see there's already a wheel here, which does lock out, and you can just pull it back and lock it back in, which is pretty cool. You could have actually, if you wanted to, have pegged it in at the front here, I'm guessing. Yeah, look. Peg it in there. Why not? Looks a bit weird, but you can peg it in there. With most Transformers, normally there's no back landing gear, so you just got to sort of like, it can land, but on her feet. But it's nice that they included that little bit of landing gear there, which can just be folded up there. Ooh, look at that. Hello. There's that sort of folding flap thing there. I don't know why that is there, because to do the transformation, you don't really need to do that, although for scraping purposes, maybe. So lifting that up might unscrape the figure, but there's the head there, covered nicely by that black flap, which is really, really nice. But yes, the jet itself looks extremely awesome. It's got these fans here, which are fully articulated, going around and around and around. Also, the fan blades themselves, they do spin. You just use your nail or something like that to make them spin, and they can spin, so that's rather cool. But this sort of plane, I don't know what it's called. The word VTOL comes to mind, but I don't think it is. It's one of those planes where it can sort of hover in the sky, and then it sort of changes the direction of these, or at least in the show, it changes the direction of these to counteract what it is doing. I think putting them down makes it hover in the air, and then putting them forward, I believe, it powers it forward or backwards. One of the two, but that's rather cool. How they could have just left that as a normal thing and just kept them like that, but they didn't, and that's really, really cool. And I like the design of the wings with these pointy tips here. The back here as well, you've got this nice piece here which sort of makes up the rest of the wing section, as well as the feet. They make up that last big fin there. But it's rather cool. I mean, you can see her hands quite easily. See her hands there. It would have been cool if maybe these things covered them up, but it's not. But that, you know, that is fine. We shall work around it. But it is a very cool jet as well. It's very, very nice, and a very cool little jet to have. So on to the transformation of this in particular. I mean, the wings can flip up straight away. They're not locked in at all or anything like that. So they're free to flap and everything like that. Probably the next thing to do would be to unpeg these. They peg into where the sheath pegged in. If you've seen the whole video, you'll know what I'm on about. It's this thing. Just unpeg them so they're not connected to the legs anymore. You could rotate them, but they're held in by these massive pegs here, which sort of keep this in place. And if you flip the black here, flip this all the way back, flip the black, the black part back. There we go. You can do that. Now I'm pretty sure, I don't know whether this can, I think that's literally where it goes. So it's got a bit of a backpack. It might actually be able to fold up, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll have a little look. But let's fold this flap as well. Fold that back along the back. There's a lot of back flap back. There we go. So that sort of goes there, and that will interlock. There's sort of a peg which goes in just, don't know if you can see that, just there. That peg will fit into that, and then this will literally then just flap down and sort of touch that, and that gives a full backpack there. So the head is here. So that's like that. It gives the arms freedom of movement, which is really nice. Then we can come back down to the feet here. If we pull the feet down, just pull them down. They split apart as well, so pulling them down like that. And then if you get it by the waist, a lot of figures now do this. They rotate at the waist. A lot of figures do that. So rotating that, pull the legs out like this. They sort of just come out on the joint. Come to this part, fold these up so the fins will sort of become the feet, which is really, really cool. They could have just stuck out, but they're not. You can push them back even more, but there's not a lot of point in doing that. We'll fix her head, get her to stand up. She's a little bit all over the shop. So we'll sort of have her like, let's do a bit of an action pose, I think. So we'll sort of like go with a bit of that, head over there. Get ready to hold the knife. We want to sort of balance her out, so we'll sort of tilt her like that. Get the sheath, get the knife out of there, which I like that, or the dagger, the sword. That is quite close, I think, to the actual model of the show. It's the wrong colour. It needs to be red, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was red in the show. Let me have a look, because I got the boxes here. Oh no, sorry, they were like neon pink and they had a black hilt. So the hilt part is fine. This needs to be clear plastic. That would make it a lot more better. But in terms of the sheath, she did have them, but I think they were a lot smaller than this thing. But it's definitely rather cool to see that. So the sheath itself, we're going to have on the, maybe not, maybe this side. This side would be better. It can go on either side. It's got the pegs on either side, so we can get that to be pegged in on the side there. Right, that's in. Will that touch the ground? No, whoa, calm down. So she can stay there, and then we can sort of have... Maybe we could have the sword coming over from this hand. Like that. And she's practically ready to go then. That sheath is actually touching the ground there. But you can get some pretty cool action poses, and if you wanted to, you can maybe like get these up so they look more aggressive. But overall, very nice indeed. Let me just pick her up and bring her in. Very nice detail. Of course, there's that code there, which you can scan into the game. They still do that. Now, the piece in particular, if you haven't seen the haul, was this piece here, this crest piece. It came without that, and I thought, well, hold on, where's the rest of the crest? It's not there. And it came as a separate piece which you pegged into the back of her head, which she can hold for some reason. I don't know why, I don't know whether that's going to come into play, but she can hold the crown, or at least that last part of the crest. But in terms of a figure, I mean, it's really cool. The articulation is exactly how a figure should be, at least for me. You've got your articulation here, articulation at the feet, ball joints everywhere on the hands, but really cool, really nice looking figure and everything. Just for a comparison as well with somebody I think everyone might have, is Bumblebee. There he is right there, looking extremely big. But he is chilling there, ready to collect all of his Decepticons and put them in their stasis pods. But very nice, you know, they look well together. I think Bumblebee is quite a bulky figure anyway, but Windblade being a small stealth jet, that's perfect. You know, it is really perfect, and they look brill together, and probably the whole team now will look amazing. So yes, there we go. There is the review for Windblade from Robots in Disguise. A very awesome figure. Extremely cool. I would like to possibly see maybe some sort of add-on set for this figure with a new sheath, smaller, and maybe 2 daggers, because that's what she had. She had 2 daggers with this neon pink sort of hilt here. The design, perfect, but this needs to be neon, practically translucent. But yes, that shall do there. So thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this, make sure to hit that subscribe button below. You can also comment down below which of the characters from Robots in Disguise is your favourite, and also rate the video so I know you're enjoying these series of Robots in Disguise figure reviews. And I'll see you then. So thanks very much for watching. I'll see you then, and goodbye.